3Rivers Archery, your longbow and recurve experts.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Karch at 3Rivers Archery. Today we're going to show you how to install a Spincast reel onto your recurve bow. What I have here is one from RPM Bowfishing, one of their Spincast reels, a new one. Now the way that a Spincast reel works is it sits in front of the bow, and it's, as you can kind of see here, very similar to a regular fishing reel, just more beefed up so it can take the larger fish and then all the rough rigors of shooting a fish and what it takes with reeling in an arrow, heavy arrow like we have. The reel mounts to a reel seat, and then the reel seat screws into your bow. Got a recurve bow here, a front stabilizer insert. So you take that reel seat and it should screw just right in there. And you screw it all the way down. And what they have here is two locking nuts, and you back that up so that sits nice and firm there. You don't need to get too much power onto it, but you want to make sure that it stays in place. That way when you're bow fishing, it's not causing you any troubles. The reel's not sliding or any of that. It stays on the bow. Now with the reel seat, on any Spincast reel that sits in the front there, there's usually tongue there, and what you do is you back that up enough, and there's usually there's a hole in there where you can slide that into, then forward. The biggest thing is to make sure that it stays straight up and down. That other locking nut now will come forward, lock it in place. Now, RPM ones go very heavy duty, as you see, very big components here to make sure that this is solid, because when you're having a lot of fun bow fishing, you don't want to be worrying about your gear. Your gear needs to be performing for you. But the way a Spincast reel works is it's free-flowing on line. There's a button back there that you press before the shot, but once after you take your shot, hit, miss, usually for a miss for it. If you hit, you're going to want to pull in with your hand, but line just comes right back in. Now, to shoot, push that button, free-flowing line. Because if you don't push that button, it's got the tension like you'd have on a regular fishing reel. So you got to remember to push that in there so that that's free flowing. Now what will happen, one nice thing with the RPM ones that they do here, especially this reel seat, is this little nub out in the front here. What you do is you can wrap your line around there, then using that, you can tug. Use that to pull your arrow out of mud and things like that. It gives you a nice leverage point. That way, the tension's not on the gears themselves. It helps prolong the life of your reel. But that's the basics for a Spincast reel like this. Hopefully this was informative for you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you have any questions, leave them below. And if you really enjoyed it, please hit that share button. Share it with friends and family. I'm Jonathan Karch at 3Rivers Archery. Thanks for taking the time.